Hey, welcome back. We're reading The Science of Getting Rich Remixed by Misty Barron, read by the author. Chapter 11, Acting in the Certain Way. Thought without action is a ghost. It drifts but never lands. Wallace Wattles said it straight. Riches do not come by sitting with folded hands and a head full of desire. Thought creates, yes. Faith directs, yes. Gratitude magnetizes, yes, but only action receives. And here's the catch. You cannot act in tomorrow. You cannot act in a fantasy career, a future city, or some imagined better environment. You can only act here, now, in the exact circumstances where you stand. That's why Wattles hammers this point again and again. Do today's work in the certain way, no matter what that work looks like. This is where so many trip. They despise their current job, slouch through their duties, grumble about being in the wrong place, while daydreaming about some shining future. They imagine abundance while their actions scream indifference. But the universe reads the whole vibration, not just the wish list. If you don't honor your current place, you're not ready for the next. Wattles insisted, do every day all that you can do that day. Do each act in a successful manner. That's not just advice, it's law. Half-hearted effort today sabotages tomorrow's vision. There is no waiting for the right time. The right time is the present. The only ground you ever have to stand on is this moment. Modern voices echo the same truth. Louise Hay said, bless and love the job you have and the home you live in before the next one can arrive. Abraham Hicks reminds, don't act to fill time. Act when inspired. Eckhart Tolle, the present moment is all there is. Different teachers, same message. The certain way is always now. My pandemic story. For me, this principle became real in Guam and Saipan. While most of the world was locked down, my business carried me across oceans. Presidential suites that once hosted dignitaries stood empty, and I was handed the master keys. Resorts that charged $1,000 a night were mine to walk freely. I swam with tropical fish in waters few outsiders had ever touched, and I was paid handsomely to be there. Why? Because my work, providing technology and Wi-Fi, creates value people crave. Guests want to FaceTime their families, stream funny cat videos, share their moments instantly. I make that possible, and so the universe arranges it all for me. But here's the deeper truth. None of it worked without worthiness. I had to believe I deserved the luxury, the pampering, the first-class life. I had to ground myself in the present and ask, how does this feel? It felt like comfort, extravagance, vivacity. And the more I anchored into those feelings while doing my work with excellence, the more the universe said, yes, more for you. That's what it means to act in a certain way. I don't just install access points and troubleshoot networks. I tell myself a magnificent story. I am the best in the business because I love my life, I love serving my clients, and I love that thousands down the road will benefit from my work. That story carries me through long days, endless video calls, airport delays, even stolen luggage. It transforms routine into ritual, work into worship. Modern proof. Indra Nooyi, who rose from modest beginnings in India to become CEO of PepsiCo, embodies this law. She didn't start at the top. She worked ordinary roles, project manager, strategist, even receptionist duties in her early career. Instead of despising those roles as beneath her, she brought excellence and full presence to each one. She acted in the certain way where she was, and that posture became the foundation for her rise to one of the most powerful business leaders in the world. She didn't wait for the perfect job. She acted in the job she had. Or take Rick Steves. Long before he was a travel icon, he was teaching night classes on European backpacking in a church basement and selling photocopied guidebooks out of the trunk of his car. He could have looked at those humble beginnings and said, "This isn't success." Instead, he poured himself into the work, acting as if every student, every class, every scribbled travel tip was worthy of his best. Today, his guidebooks have sold millions. His company thrives, and his shows inspire journeys across the globe. His fortune came not from scheming shortcuts, but by faithfully acting in the certain way, fully present, fully serving where he could. Wisdom across traditions. Every spiritual tradition affirms this law. The present is sacred. In Christianity, Jesus says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." In Buddhism, mindfulness teaches the only moment of power is the one you inhabit now. Islam calls the present Wat, a gift of time entrusted by God. Hinduism declares the eternal self is found in this very breath. The wisdom is clear. Action is holy when it is grounded in the present. The law of acting now. Here's the thread tying Waddles, Guam, Nooyi, and Steves together. Act in the certain way where you are. Do not despise your beginnings. Do not wait for conditions to be ideal. Do not treat today's work like a throwaway. Every present duty, no matter how small, is spirit's canvas. The law is absolute. Thought brings the thing, but only action receives it. What to do next? Audit your story. Take one task you usually dread, emails, commuting, housework, and rewrite the story you tell yourself about it. Instead of, "This is draining," say, "This is me providing value. This is God's work through my hands." Do this with one task daily for a week. Notice how your energy shifts. Ground into feelings. Pick one daily moment, morning coffee, driving, or brushing your teeth, and ask, "How does this feel?" Anchor into sensations of comfort, luxury, peace, or vitality. Let your present moment become the seedbed of future abundance. Practice this 3 times daily. Live your worthiness. Each time you receive something, a compliment, a tip, an upgrade, practice receiving it without apology or deflection. Whisper to yourself, "I deserve all good things." Track how many times you do this in 1 week. Spark query. Why is it that every time I act in faith and worthiness where I am, I attract even greater opportunities to serve and receive? Thanks for hanging out with me. See you next week for the next chapter of The Science of Getting Rich Remixed by Misty Barron, available on Amazon. Hey, if you like this chapter, would you please like, subscribe, share with all your friends? They need to know how to get rich too. Sharing is caring.